Etsy has never been more relevant. In a world where so many of our products are being commoditized and we're surrounded by a sea of sameness, Etsy stands for something really different. And so I think it's really important that we stand out in the world, and I'm proud of what the team has done to achieve that. The definition of success was really clear, I think, from day one. It's about growing the size of the pie for everyone. The actual tactics that it was going to take to do that, I think we've learned together as a team over time. When I arrived, there were maybe 8 or 10 different metrics of success that we all held relatively equally. And I said there's one metric that matters much more than every other, which is what we call gross merchandise sales, or in other words, the total sales of our sellers. And when we stopped saying what's a good idea, what moves any one of these 10 metrics, and started saying what are the fewest things we need to do to really accelerate gross merchandise sales, we came to a very different answer. We started doing much fewer things, much better. And that's really been the key to our success. Change is hard, and when running a marketplace, we have access to a lot of data and insights that each individual seller won't necessarily have. So our job is to really look after the good of the whole and be willing to make some decisions that sometimes in the moment may not feel obvious to every seller, but really do lift all boats and make our sellers as a whole much better off. We've really focused at a high level on doing 2 things really well. One, make it much easier for people to find great products on Etsy. And 2, once they've found those products, to actually buy them. But with 62 million products for sale, picking for any given buyer the 20 or 30 that should be on page 1 of search results is a pretty interesting, pretty challenging task. There's been a lot of advances in machine learning that take things that would have been literally impossible 10 years ago and made those things much more possible today. Understanding what an item is with relatively little data, and then being able to determine for each individual person how to personalize search results, we've made leaps and bounds in the science of search and machine learning, and that's more relevant at Etsy than almost anywhere else. I think the mission of Etsy is incredible. And as the nature of work changes, creativity can't be automated. And so the role we play for creators and makers, being able to harness their creative passions and power and turn that into a way to earn a living for their families, is a mission that I think is so important and ever more important in this fast-changing economy.